The trailer for Battle Through the Heavens, year-long special, episode 159 has been updated. Upon returning from his training with the Gu clan, Xiao Yan is informed by Yao Lao that the Jiama Empire is in trouble. At Yao Lao's behest, Xiao Yan brings along more than 30 dozuns and returns to the Jiama Empire. At this moment, in the northwest continent, the Lion Misty sect and the Hall of Souls have joined forces, pushing the Yen alliance into a constant retreat. The elites from both sides are set to gather at the Shenhuang fortress for a final decisive battle.
As the battle intensifies, the enemies evil clutch reach for little Xiao.
At this critical moment, Xiao Yan descends from the sky. With a single palm strike, he instantly kills the enemy Dozun and saves Xiao. Seeing the black-robed young man who suddenly appeared on the city wall, the people around are first stunned, then break into absolute ecstasy.
Xiao Yan, Terre de Broder. The Alliance chief is back.
Hearing the exclamations, Xiao Yan smiles faintly. Then with a wave of his hand he commands, attack.
From high up in the sky, 32 indescends together.
Their aura is like a meteor striking the earth as they land thunderously on the city wall. Seeing such a lineup, the experts from both the Yen Alliance and the Lion Misty sect all gasp in shock at this terrifying formation, a force powerful enough to sweep away any other in the northwest continent. At this sight, Xiao Ding and Hai Buodong are also dumbfounded. After only a few years away, not only has Xiao Yan's own strength improved terrifyingly, but he now has 30 dozuns as his followers. Soon, an elder at the forefront of the 30 dozuns laughs heartily towards the sky and takes the lead, charging towards the Lion Misty sect experts. Everyone, he shouts, let's test the experts of this northwest continent and see just how strong they are. As his words fall, the other experts and the elders of the Falling Star Pavilion all charge into the fray. In an instant, the entire fortress trembles violently. Regarding this sudden turn of events, Xiao Yan smiles. He then turns his gaze to the little girl beside him and asks, "What's your name?"
The little girl stares at Xiao Yan.
Although this person is a stranger to her, the feeling of their blood connection, thicker than water, makes her completely let her guard down around him. "My name is Xiao," she says. Looking at Xiao's adorable face, Xiao Yan smiles and gently pinches her little nose. "Do you know who I am?" Hearing this, Xiao looks at Xiao Yan seriously. After a moment, she says in a soft, childish voice, "Are you, Daddy?" Hearing these words, Xiao Yan's heart trembles, and a father's love rushes over him like a tide.
My dear doctor.
Just as Xiao Yan hugs Xiao tightly, Hai Buodong, Xiao Ding, and the others quickly walk over. "You brat, you finally decided to come back." Seeing his first brother and second brother, as well as Fa Ma, Jia Xingtian, and other acquaintances, Xiao Yan greets them all one by one with a clasped fist. Suddenly, Kai Lin, clad in armor, appears in a flash. She snatches Xiao away from him and looks at the young man before her with a complex expression.
A flash of Angers and grievance cross the queen's beautiful face.
"I thought you weren't coming back." During these years, Kai Lin, as a woman, not only had to raise a child but also manage the development of the Yen Alliance. All of these heavy burdens were placed on her by the man in front of her. Seeing Kai Lin's expression, Xiaoli pats Xiao Yan's shoulder and says, "Third brother, your wife has had a tough time these years. You better not bully her, or first brother and I will be the first to disagree." As he speaks, Hai Buodong and the others beside him also nod in agreement. That's right. These years have been all thanks to Kai Lin holding things down. Xiao Yan silently gazes at Kai Lin's tightly pressed red lips as a sense of guilt wells up in his heart. He then puts his arm around Kai Lin's waist and says softly, "I'm sorry. It's been hard on you." After hearing this, Kai Lin's nose tingles with emotion. The resentment from all these years dissipates automatically with Xiao Yan's return. However, as a strong-willed woman, her words remain stubborn. "Don't think you're off the hook just like that," she says. Regarding the queen's temperament, Xiao Yan just smiles faintly. He then pinches Xiao's little cheek and says, "My dear daughter, stay behind your mother.
Leave the rest to Daddy."
Hearing this, little Xiao obediently nods. "Go, Daddy." The next moment, Xiao Yan steps into the void, his aura as magnificent as a rainbow. He now possesses 4 kinds of heavenly flames, has merged 3 types of Dodi bloodlines, and has even activated the Xiao clan tattoo. High up in the sky, Shirtian, enraged by seeing Xiao Yan embrace Kai Lin, feels his anger surge. He grips his great sword and angrily slashes down. Seeing the attack, Xiao Yan doesn't dodge, instead meeting it with his body. With a crack, Shirtian's attack fails to push him back even half a step. The current Xiao Yan is wearing both the ancient heavenly python armor and the dragon phoenix ancient armor. He can even withstand a blow from a Do Sheng, let alone this mere 6-star Do Zun. The next moment, Xiao Yan strikes with his palm. Instantly, the scorching blast of energy makes Shirtian spit out a mouthful of blood, and his body turns into a fireball as it crashes heavily onto the ground. Seeing that Shirtian couldn't even take one hit from Xiao Yan, the entire crowd is shocked. After casually dealing with Shirtian, Xiao Yan looks up to the sky and calls out, "Ninth Tianzuan, get out here." As his voice falls, a black mist surges in the sky, and the figure of the ninth Tianzuan suddenly appears. "I didn't expect a stray dog like you would have the guts to return," he sneers. "Since that's the case, I'll just capture you and take you back with me." Hearing this, Xiao Yan laughs. He is terrifyingly strong now. His surface-level strength alone is slightly higher than this 8-star Do Zun. A moment later, beside the ninth Tianzuan, 3 more 8-star Do Zun elders from the Hall of Souls appear. At the same time, the 3 Hu elders, having finished their battle in the distance, also arrive by Xiao Yan's side. Seeing this, the ninth Tianzuan's gaze turns cold. He thought he would outnumber them, but unexpectedly, he was met by these 3 old immortals.
Sun, the battle Beijing.
The 3 Hu elders intercept the 3 Hall of Souls experts, while Xiao Yan fights the ninth Tianzuan. After a few clashes, the ninth Tianzuan is utterly shocked. Xiao Yan's attacks of extreme heat and cold leave him with almost no power to retaliate. At this point, the ninth Tianzuan's face is filled with horror. They are both 8-star Do Zuns, but Xiao Yan's combat prowess is several tiers above his.
Impossible.
Just over half a year ago, this kid was only a 5-star Do Zun. How is he at the peak of 8-star now? At this time on the city wall, watching the one-sided battle, Hai Buodong and the others are also in a state of shock. When this kid left, he was merely a Do Emperor. But now, he has grown to a level they couldn't even imagine. Elder Hai, all these years, had relied on the abundance of medicinal pills from the Yen Alliance just to barely reach the peak of Do Zong. Boom! After knocking the ninth Tianzuan back once more, Xiao Yan approaches with a leisurely stroll. "Haven't seen you in over half a year, and you haven't improved at all." Seeing this, the ninth Tianzuan knows he is no match and immediately tries to flee. Seeing him escape, Xiao Yan no longer holds back and immediately unleashes the heaven-rank Do skill, the Great Heaven Creation Palm. In an instant, a black ring of light filled with a destructive aura shoots towards the ninth Tianzuan. Sensing the aura of death, the ninth Tianzuan can no longer care about his pride. He shouts, "Fourth brother, save me." As his voice falls, the ground cracks violently, and a nauseating bloody aura emanates from the crack. Seeing this, Xiao Yan is startled, realizing that, as expected, the Hall of Souls had an even stronger expert hidden here. But even so, he has to kill the ninth Tianzuan. Then Xiao Yan pushes again, and the black ring of light rapidly closes in on the ninth Tianzuan. Hearing the ninth Tianzuan's desperate cry, a giant blood-red dragon suddenly charged towards Xiao Yan from the abyss below. Seeing this, Xiao Yan did not turn to face it. Instead, he endured the incoming attack, forcefully controlling the black ring of light to completely annihilate the ninth Tianzuan. With a loud boom, at the same time he killed the ninth Tianzuan, Xiao Yan was also hit hard by the blood dragon. Watching the blood dragon strike Xiao Yan amidst an exploding blood mist, Kai Lin's face turned pale, because that attack was powerful enough to kill a 6-star Do Zun. However, as the smoke cleared, Xiao Yan emerged slowly as if nothing had happened. Under the protection of the ancient heavenly python armor and the dragon phoenix ancient armor, he would be fine as long as his opponent was not a Do Sheng. Seeing Xiao Yan was unharmed, a blood-red figure appeared on the ground, a look of surprise on his face that Xiao Yan could take his attack unscathed. "Worthy of someone valued by the whole master," he said. "You truly have the capital to be arrogant." Seeing the red figure, the 3 Hu elders' expressions in the distance grew solemn. "Blood River Venerate," one of them warned.
Young Pavilion Master, be careful.
"This person is extremely famous in the Central Plains. His blood transformation art is extremely bizarre. Back in the day, Countless top-tier experts died by his hand. Hearing this, the blood-red figure laughed. That's a name from a long time ago. You can call me the fourth Tianzuan of the Hall of Souls now, or rather, Blood River Tianzuan. Gazing at the suddenly appeared fourth Tianzuan, Xiao Yan's eyes narrowed slightly. This person's strength was extremely formidable. He had likely touched the very peak of the Do Zun realm, which is further divided into 9 turns. The fourth Tianzuan was precisely at the peak of the first turn Do Zun. Soon, the fourth Tianzuan began to activate his blood transformation art. Instantly, wherever his aura reached, the blood in the bodies of everyone, whether they were from the Yen Alliance or the Lion Misty sect, began to boil uncontrollably before they exploded. However, because Xiao Yan had merged 3 Do Di bloodlines in a heavenly tomb, a peculiar power emanated from his heart, making him completely unaffected. Seeing that Xiao Yan had no reaction, the fourth Tianzuan was startled. His blood transformation art was a heaven-rank Do skill. Even a half-saint would have to divert their attention to suppress it. Ignoring the other's surprise, Xiao Yan formed a hand seal, and the Xiao clan tattoo suddenly activated. At this moment, his power surged, and in an instant, it was no less than his opponent's. Feeling the overflowing power, Xiao Yan threw a heavy punch, engaging the fourth Tianzuan in close combat. Because Xiao Yan had the ancient heavenly python armor and the dragon phoenix ancient armor, the fourth Tianzuan's physical attacks were almost useless against him. Instead, he found himself being beaten back by Xiao Yan. I can't let this drag on, the fourth Tianzuan thought, and immediately activated his secret technique, the Great Blood Devouring Technique. In an instant, all those in the vicinity with strength below Do Zun turned into blood plasma and surged into the fourth Tianzuan's body. His aura rose rapidly, soon reaching the peak of the third turn Do Zun. After his strength greatly increased, the fourth Tianzuan was full of confidence and immediately shot out a blood-fiend heavenly demon palm. On the other side, Xiao Yan also furiously threw out his 5-ring flame-expelling disc. As the two energies violently collided, a terrifying energy ripple swept out. As the ripple dissipated, Xiao Yan unleashed another great heaven creation palm, followed by a 4-colored fire lotus that blasted towards his opponent. With a series of booms, a flame storm swept across the world. Under the assault of Xiao Yan's 3 heaven-ranked Do skills, the fourth Tianzuan could finally no longer hold on. His shrill scream echoed in everyone's ears. The next moment, the dying fourth Tianzuan gathered his last ounce of strength, crushed a spatial jade slip, and teleported away. Seeing his opponent escape so quickly, Xiao Yan couldn't help but frown. But after taking 3 of his heavy blows, even if the fourth Tianzuan's injuries could be healed, his future strength would never be able to advance another inch. With the enemy's strongest person having fled, this great battle completely lost its suspense. Soon, the battle concluded, and the alliance's crisis was resolved. Next, Xiao Yan immediately came before Kai Lin and his daughter. Seeing Xiao Yan land, Kai Lin couldn't hide the joy in her heart. Letting you be the lone hero again, she said. Towards Kai Lin, who had a sharp tongue but a soft heart, Xiao Yan simply shook his head and smiled. After all these years, the queen still had the same temperament. Suddenly, little Xiao Zhao's glabella lit up, and a small 7-colored snake flashed out, flicking its tongue happily at Xiao Yan. Seeing this, Kai Lin explained, "This is the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python. Its soul was reborn with the help of Xiao Zhao's body. In other words, they have a symbiotic relationship, and its power can also be fully borrowed by Xiao Xiao. This way, Xiao Xiao had the strength of a Do Zong from birth, and in the future, she could also summon the heaven-swallowing python when fighting." Hearing this, Xiao Yan felt a sense of relief. After all, the little 7-colored snake had accompanied him for a long journey. Now that it had been reborn with the help of his daughter's body, it was naturally a wonderful thing. Please give us a like and subscribe, fellow Taoists. Let's continue our chat in the next episode.